dudes, perspective is everything. Episode 2, baby. I had fun last week, man. How y'all feeling, yo?
Man, I had lots of fun. I enjoyed the full
litty.
conversation. Full conversation. I didn't realize how fat I was. That's what I realized when I was watching it back.
You gotta hit the gym, man. You know I go twice a week. Talk to me.
Oh, do you?
Nah, I'm lying.
I was about to say, I don't even believe
You
that.
think people I look like I go to the gym twice?
I won't see it. Nah, I'm trying to get back into it. It's difficult, man. Being a husband, work, and father as well, man.
I respect
Crazy
it, bro.
dynamic.
I respect it.
Trial and error.
Facts. Episode 2, man.
Before we get into it, man, how are you?
I'm good, brother.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all here, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Now, I'm getting better about counting my blessings. I have to. You know, like, I'm slowing down. I'm getting a little older, so my mindset is different. Like, rather than embrace, I guess how can I put it? Rather than get excited at potentially what's going down, I'm starting to appreciate what's not falling apart. If that makes sense, just you know.
Yeah, that's real.
That's
we
where I'm
tend
at
to
with
focus
it.
on the
like
negative.
you know, for the most part, everybody's healthy, and you know, life is good, man.
Okay.
But yeah.
What about you, my man? How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Last night was a movie.
Hey, man, I'm here for it.
That's Lloyd, y'all.
Hey, man.
Money
Nothing
Man
wrong with
Lloyd,
that.
man.
Nothing wrong with that
IG,
at all.
Money Man Lloyd. You already know. Feel me?
Facts. I'm gonna jump straight into it, bro. Bullying. How do y'all feel about it? The concept itself. I don't know what you would define it as, but bullying.
Go ahead.
How I feel about it, I don't really like it because I'm always that type of person that want to protect anybody that's weaker to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll jump to your defense. It's like I don't feel like anybody that bullies should get any type of stripes. Like it all has to do with some form of psychological abuse that they had growing up. So they try to project that on other people.
Exactly.
Man, I'm a little conflicted because I'm not saying bullying is necessary.
You were the bully? Is that why you could?
Listen, not even.
You were the-
I mean, I did a version of bullying, but I wasn't like a traditional bully, like stuffing people in lockers and doing all types. I'm like, I wasn't that traditional bully. I didn't realize I was a bully until years later, like a verbal bully.
Facts.
A mental bully, trying to project what I thought or what I think onto people. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Yeah. So I didn't realize it until later in life, and I didn't appreciate it from a standpoint that I just felt terrible about people that interacted with me around that time.
I got you.
But I will say this in some aspects. Have I ever been bullied?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, no. Yeah, to my knowledge, no. But do I think in some situations it's made some people really great?
That's one of the things I was thinking about this prior to the pod. I was like, I got to tell it for what it actually is. Like, I don't support bullying, but let's be real, man. I think some of the better components to somebody's, for lack of a better expression, I'm not going to take no bullshit part of their personality is found through bullying. You know what I mean? From being bullied.
This is true.
Hey. Like, I've been there, man. Hey, do y'all know what a swirly is?
No. Oh, hold on. No, let me not.
You know what a swirly is?
Nah, I heard that before.
Yeah, it's you got swirly before?
No.
Don't lie, man. It's okay. It's a safe place.
Is that when they stuff your head in the toilet?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So how do you know what it is if it didn't happen to you?
Hey, chill out, man. Chill out.
Hey, why you looking away? It's okay.
I never been swirly, but I had a brief period in elementary where I got bullied though.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. That ain't, I mean,
girls or boys?
No, man. You know, I was that dude. You know, we'd be on the bus. You just come, you can smack me on my head or whatnot. I was a little timid. I was a small guy, so it's like, you know.
Was? I'm sorry. I'm making fun of your trauma. Sorry.
Shut up, man. Shut up. But yeah, it's one of the things to where, you know, when you're a kid, that's why I kind of see it both ways. It didn't break me mentally. It just kind of, you know, after a while, I got to the point, you know, and that's it's a human thing, man, where you self-respect, you realize the value in it once it's shitted on for so long, you know, like you just not gonna keep, man, pushing me in the back of my head, embarrassing me in front of these girls, you know what I mean? Like, nah, it ain't going down like that.
It's funny that for men, a lot of quote unquote bullying goes back to ego in women. Like it's not we're not affected unless it affects our ego, and how we're perceived with women. Does that make sense? Like I said, I've never been bullied, but for me, I think the biggest reason why it would have affected me would be those two things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I can't speak for the other side as far as women. I don't know if they really particularly care about men when it comes to being perceived a certain way from a bully aspect.
No girl likes if you get bullied in front of a girl, you might as well kiss that vagina.
No. I'm talking about from a woman's parent standpoint. I don't know if they care about how men look at them if they're getting bullied. But I know for a fact.
Okay, I got.
Some of them do come to your defense because they had like a social experiment on YouTube with nerds getting picked on by the jocks, and there was females running in like, "Hey, asshole!"
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's not cool.
They'll defend you, but they won't be with you.
Which
is crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, I just want to make sure you're good," and then they'll leave and go date the bully.
And go. That's
a fact.
It's real, but that stems from women want security, right? And that's a false version of security, but in the eyes of the world, at least the U.S., that's what's perceived as security. You know what I mean? In some women's eyes,
I wouldn't say you say a false sense of security. What you mean?
The bully, the bad guy, the guy who can kind of beat up the next dude, or impose his authority.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I will say the dangerous part in that is the guy that has the capacity to bully is probably also the same guy that bullied the girl. He'll kick her ass if he get
real. And then that's what they learn when getting in those relationships. It's like, oh man, I should have went with the nice guy. Happens every time.
Facts.
Happens every time.
But look, there's a reason why in boxing everybody be in the same class. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna put Mike Tyson in the ring with somebody that's like a lightweight.
That's true.
You
That's
feel
very
what I'm
true.
saying? There's a reason behind that. That's what I'm saying. Bullying is like, you weak. I'd rather fight a guy that I know I probably can't beat, but at least I'm gonna fight him. Brawl like it don't
have
a chance.
Yeah,
that's brave. You being brave and bold. You feel me? If you know you could beat somebody, why you going? You feel me?
There's no honor in attacking someone in their vulnerability, and it just that's and for men, and maybe because we understand this more. But I want to ask y'all something because I've had this debate with other friends of mine. This is real shit. Is it okay to hit a female? Right. Yeah. Speak on it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. Whoever's watching this, but that's the first thing I thought about was laughing. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Well, you can start. I don't have anything at the moment currently.
You see, the problem is most of these women, they don't have no accountability, so they feel like they could just hit a man and punch him and all that, and as soon as he can't take enough and hit her back, she's gonna run to her uncles, nephews, brothers, all types of shit. What it is they need to keep their hands to themselves. You don't see us going to the zoo petting lions.
That's a good point. I'm not even mad at that. I have to agree with the sentiment of what he's saying. I don't think any man
human shouldn't put their hands on another human. There you go,
point blank period. I don't think anybody, I think that's a standard expectation that needs to be set across the board. I don't think a man should put hands on a woman, but women know that that's a stigma. That's that's a standard across culture that men should hit women, but they provoke men and bring them to a point where they feel like they have to respond. And I think that's wrong. And I'm not saying all women, but I know for a fact we've all run into a woman at some point that's provoked you or a friend knowing that you in real time can't do anything.
Yeah.
Just think about how when stuff goes down, they tend to lean, when the cops or somebody comes around, they lean towards, hey, are you okay? Not asking the man is like, hey, what happened to you? You know what I'm saying? A woman could tear a man's car up, and then they'll go check on the woman for it.
They're on God, bro. But you know what's funny? They don't play that in Mexico. We see what happened in Mexico. They know what happened if they put their hand on a man. They videotape that to show any woman that comes to Mexico, hey, this what happened. We don't play that American shit.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Hey, that's real. Just keep your hands to yourself, man. But no, I in no way, shape, or form do I believe in hitting women or, because men are more dominant in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to the bullying thing because men know that if they most likely put their hands on a woman, that they have the control of that situation physically.
More times than not, that is the case, and that's why culturally we kind of have that stigma. Like, just don't. One of the tenets of masculinity is don't hit a woman because like that's a woman kind of type deal, and it's understandable. It might be a UFC bitch that can probably fuck you up, but it's to me, I still look at it like that's a female. But see, and I get what y'all saying, man. You definitely. You still have to demand respect as a person. That's why as I got older, my number one thing was realizing like I don't like if a woman can't that baseline level of respect, a lot of times that's needed because weaker men, when that is pushed, that is normally what allows them to hit a woman. It's like you gotta listen. I guess my overall thing is don't mess with a crazy bride. She get the yapping because a lot of brothers actually need to be told this. I think this is important, man. Verbal abuse, that should never be like, even my girl now, that's one thing that separates her from probably most women I dated prior. It's like you can't just talk to nobody any old type of way. I think that's critical. You have to respect me and my masculinity. You know what I mean?
But what for me, where that comes from is having a foundation of a relationship before you date somebody, right? 9 times out of 10, when people get into relationships, it's not because of they built something beforehand. It's because, hey, I met you here. We have mutual friends. We went on a couple dates, and then we made ourselves exclusive. That's pretty much how it usually goes. Yeah. It's never of like building a relationship or foundation. You never. My approach to relationships with people, you should always be their friend, see how they are as a friend, and build that foundation, and then go from there, right? But people skip that step because they think it should automatically be romantic.
See, I don't believe in that step, but we'll come back. That's for another.
No, it's for another day. But I think that's
I get what you're saying.
I think that's where the disconnect is that you don't have respect from that person because you don't have a human respect for that person. Like when you go through trials and tribulations in a relationship, you lose respect for that person because of the relationship, but you have no other respect for them because that's the only relationship you have with that person.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Yo, are y'all familiar with cyberbullying?
Yeah, I used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah. Yo, did you? How so?
Yeah, I used to make like fake. I still do. I'll make fake accounts and shit. I'll talk to people,
just be going in.
What do you get from that? What's
it's an adrenaline rush, bro. You gotta do it for yourself.
Give me a situation or something that made you do it, or what started you to do it? It's just kind of like you was bored. I was like,
it'd be like if I'm bored or I'm later with my shorty and she's asleep, I just be like, let me just troll somebody. I swear to God, bro, I be trolling even rappers, bro. I still got the messages, even rappers. Like,
really?
I swear to God, with the blue marks, I be catching them. Because the thing is, I just want to try out a dark psychology, emotional manipulation, which is what most of these women do. So basically, I've seen that there was a situation going on with the artist and his label. So for whatever reason, he thought I was the manager. So he believed. So I just kept going with it. I said, yeah, you won't ever get no money from us. Yeah, we took all your money. He said, you a bitch ass nigga. I'm like, oh shit, I got this.
Hey, you messed up,
I swear to God.
Hey, listen. I am somewhat impressed.
I got
somewhat impressed.
I swear
I'm somewhat impressed because 1, I've never heard anybody admit to it. First thing, and then 2, you thoroughly enjoy it. Now I'll say this: do you believe there's victims in these situations?
There are victims in the situation.
He's the devil, man.
No, I'm not just.
Look, if he said no, I don't think it's a victimless crime, I would be like, all right, cool, man. You don't even care.
Savage, man.
I mean, we go to war though. You know what I'm saying? Soldiers die every day. But the thing is,
hey. Sorry, go ahead.
But the thing is that I don't go that far to tell somebody to commit suicide or none of that.
Okay, it's just more trolling than anything. Shit, yeah. But is trolling bullying? I don't think trolling's bullying. I think trolling is trolling. I think cyberbullying is kind of you get to the point where you're constantly on somebody and forcing them to think something about themselves to where they might want to hurt themselves or they feel bad about life.
Yeah, that part I don't go that
far. I don't think that's bullying. I wouldn't. That's more trolling. And trolling is more of a sport, and it's more common than. I mean, even some of the famous people that I watch interviews on say they troll certain things. Right? I'm not saying it's right, but I wouldn't consider it bullying.
Going on 11? Okay. But yeah, no, I asked that for a reason though. I'm looking at it like if maybe it's the way I was brought up, like, but I don't respect Like, how can you be cyberbullied? I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, there's a difference between.
You don't think it's like a real thing?
No.
Oh, really?
It's like, but I know people will argue different, but I'm like, come on, man.
No.
It's like that, I got physical bullying isn't, you know what I mean? Like,
a part of this.
I think it's swirly, by the way. I'm joking.
A part of this this generation, or I guess Generation Z, I would say, and a little bit of the millennials, is most of them spend a lot of their time on the internet, right? They don't go outside. They don't interact at school. They don't interact in general. So the real interaction they have is online. And if you talk to anybody in those generations, they live by the internet. That's real to them. That's a real thing. Like those things that people are saying about them, they take it and internalize it. Me, I feel like that's more dangerous because physical bullying, that'll go away. The bully can move away. You could go to a different school. The bruises will go away. You have the memories, but those even kind of fade to an extent. Mental bullying, where it stays with you, that's a little worse. It's not the same.
It to me is different because you can't. How can I put it? You have the embarrassment that comes with getting bullied in actual reality versus on the internet. It's like I don't know how to put it. It's like
though.
If you
that's
have
your perception. You feel like it's worse.
It's all perception. I think there's a lack of perspective if you truly think that cyberbullying is any form of real bullying. Like it's not. It's like how. Let me ask you something. Because when I was younger, I used to have roast sessions, right? And on the school bus, we get the joke with the clowning.
Have roast sessions, or they used to roast you for a session? Which one?
All of they build me. Like, I'm being real. See, I can't even shut up.
No. Listen, I'm just playing. But
My thing being is, you gotta, if you have a strong framework for these type of things, I don't think you can even be bullied, period. It's like, bruh, I don't care what nobody say. There's nothing that's gonna make me want to commit suicide that can come out another person's mouth. Any opinion that could ever, and that's why I say maybe it was the way I was brought up. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't respect, the clickety clack and all of a sudden you have an existential crisis because somebody said the wrong thing. It just I don't get that, bro. Like, what is cyberbullying?
I'll say this.
I'll come to you. I mean, a threat. I feel like maybe a threat. That's something different. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're talking about just simply you're worthless,
the definition of not definition, but I think our all consistent theme of bullying is like a person who picks on somebody daily, who is a constant annoyance, right? Physically in their face, doing things to them, causing some level of frustration or whatever, right? Cyberbullying is the same thing. It's just with words, right? It's the same thing, just with words. Because if you've ever seen anything online, it's about, hey, they hit me up every day, say I'm trash, you should die, blah blah blah. This every day. That's the same thing. It just affects your mind instead of your physical body, right? That's the only difference. Is that they're two. One's tangible, one's not.
Okay.
Right? You're a person who I would say is strong-willed in who they are and how they are. So something like that wouldn't affect you. People who aren't strong in who and how they are, that would affect them because they're already questioning who they are and how they are. So if you got somebody saying things that maybe you agree with, you start to question who you are and how you are.
So what's the remedy? I agree with you. What's the remedy? If you like, what is it? To me, it can't just be a strong will thing because that same will can be a negative thing. If not, once again, there's a framework I got. At the end of the day, I just refuse to let anything move me like something like that. So what do people tell themselves when they get cyberbullied? Like, how do you stop it? You know what I mean? Like, what can you tell a person that's being cyber? I'm sorry, man.
No. You all right? What's good? You good over there?
Yeah, it's just like we talking about clickety clack, man. I respect it because I get it. It's some people's world. Maybe that's the issue.
But to be to be honest, they really gotta love themselves. Because
it starts there.
It really starts there. Just like you just said, you're not gonna let nobody say anything about you to make you commit suicide. Because you know yourself and you love yourself.
Yep.
I look in the mirror every day and smile. I'm like, man, you feel me? One time I looked over a bridge. I was like, yeah, I'll never kill myself. Man.
Yeah, that's wild.
I gotta be killed. Man. Somebody take me out of this shit because I ain't doing it. Damn right, I'm not.
No, but he's definitely right. It starts with within. You got to be comfortable with yourself. You got to be, and you got to detach too as well. I think the problem with that the generation of people who are going through that, who go through that, is they don't know how to detach themselves from the internet. That's the part that's hard, right? People are like, oh, you should just turn it off. You should do that. But if all you've known for most of your life is the internet, right? Everything that you learned has been a part. Like kids grow up with tablets in school now, so from early age, all they know is this is what I know.
They got us in the matrix, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But when you break out that thing, man, it's different. You just see it different, man. Like it's just hard for me to respect it because keyboard bullying and you got actual. But like I done seen dudes like get slammed in the middle of the street, just because they, the dude.
Bro, just tell your story, bro. It's okay.
Nah, it won't. Chill out, bro. Nah, I have been there before though. That's not one of you funny as hell.
No, and I'm not making funny of the bullying aspect.
Like,
it's just this is my guy.
Different in real life. That's all.
That's probably because you either seen it or experienced it like that. Have you really fully experienced cyberbullying?
I wouldn't be able to.
No, I'm just not necessarily you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying somebody that you know.
No, I mean, man, I swear, let you hit me up talking about, look, man, I don't know what to do, bro. Like,
hey, I'm not.
He won't stop.
You can't be so dismissive of how people feel.
Facts.
You just can't. I can be dismissive on you saying, "Oh man, they used to roast me." Bro, say something back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but sometimes if we're being real about it, that's life though, man. It's like I think there's a time for understanding. Like the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells us, man, it's a time for understanding. It's a time not to be.
The book of what?
Ecclesiastes. I said it because it's in the Bible.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the book. That familiar. I'm sorry.
It's all good, bro.
I'm not that familiar with the book.
Nah, you good, B.
But you know how to counter cyberbullying though? By not responding, ignoring them, because they can't get.
You can't ignore. You can't ignore a real bully.
No, after a while, and I know I'm a troll. So after a while, if I'm not getting your attention, I'm on to the next victim. I know how it is.
He's so serious right now,
you have to be one to understand how they think. They gonna keep going. They like, damn, this nigga not responding. All right, I'm on to the next. It's as simple as that.
It is that simple, but it goes back to some people can't pull away.
Being insecure and everything and really feeling that way about themselves.
The whole some people can't pull away. I mean, I'd have to definitely, man, I'm still talking out of ignorance. I had to look into it to really get adjust to how it actually works.
Like there's people out there that just, they maybe have a podcast, maybe they're a YouTuber or whatever, and then they go and they look at every single comment and they internalize every single comment. I'm serious. That's a real thing, man. That's
dude, real. I just don't get it. But you're right. That's a me thing. I get what you're saying now. Because I too, I get online, I look at comments. Like I even internalize it. But I always snap back into this thing of, at the end of the day, it's my life, man. Like, fuck what they talking about.
And that takes a person who's strong-willed within themselves to get to that point. Because we make it sound easy, but it's not an easy thing to do for some people.
Heard. I got you. Okay. I feel you.
All right, but you ain't got no choice.
KG just like, I'll just block them.
I don't understand blocking people. I don't get that either. Like, to me, that's
it's no worse feeling.
That's more energy. I don't care enough.
You think so? I want to hear your opinion on blocking.
Yeah, to me. I don't care enough. I don't care enough about you, and then it goes back to I can turn it off, and I can just not look at it. You know what I'm saying? And then I've never been in a situation
you
where
at a chick, she bad as hell. Like you feel like granted, all due respect, my boy, okay, good. It's different, man. Because I feel like maybe it's a personal thing. I don't know how you feel, but if I'm the courting process, I done got the Snapchat, I done sent you a few messages, we going back and forth, and I'm feeling like we might we talking about we're gonna date, then all of a sudden out of nowhere we're gonna go on a date. Out of nowhere I see you've been it's like that do something that can't not.
Are you talking about being blocked or blocking somebody?
Oh, you mean blocking someone? I don't do it at all. I don't see
understand
the point.
it. No, so
I'm talking about being blocked.
Being blocked.
I've been blocked a few times.
Nah, I wouldn't have admitted that. But
I'm keeping it a buck. Yeah,
I'm a person that I don't keep pursuing people after I get that energy of I'm good. And maybe it's from
sometimes you don't even get the.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Women always give you a sign. If you go back, I'm telling you, women always give you a sign. Now, there's some women that lead you on. I agree, but I firmly believe women give you a sign. You just got to be intuitive enough to recognize that. That's just me. Mm-hmm. I know energy. Energy is very important. That's that timer.
Oh, yeah. That's the timer. That's what's up. But no, yeah.
But no, for me, I recognize the energy and interacting with women just off the strength of they give you a lot. You just got to know when to pick it up, right?
You gotta be watching.
Now I'll say that again, like I said, women do lead you on, but you kind of gotta maneuver your way through a lot of that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because women never like to communicate directly. Like, hey, I really like you. Do this.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I don't like you. Don't do this. Like it's just. It's a game. It's a game of chess.
I'm glad he admitted that.
Everything is indirect when it comes to most of these women. Straight indirect. Like,
yeah,
you gotta figure it out.
But you know what? It's because of the fact women are taught not to give it up. When I say give it up, I mean the energy, the interaction right away. Because at that point, once you become a woman who just is veil free, now you're perceived a certain way. Now you're the girl who's...
Oh, this is a whole nother... Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Other topic.
That is a whole nother thing.
But let's look at it like this, too. In your honest opinion, if you weren't married and a woman came up to you and, you know, she said, hey, I like you. I think you're cool. You want to go out sometime. That kind of will make her kind of top tier.
I agree.
All these other females. I'm like, whoa.
I agree.
It's like a woman paying for the whole date. Like, whoa.
Listen. I agree. That's no different than women... dolling themselves up, getting dressed up, and doing all this extra stuff. And not saying that they do it to get men's attention, but the perception is that men will look even harder with that. Me, I'm a person, I like when a woman's simplified. My wife, she's not a person that likes to do that at all. Like, that's not who she is. She likes being comfortable in who she is and how she is. Like, I'm more impressed with that. And the more I talk to more men, like, yeah, I appreciate when she goes out, gets dressed up, but I like her regular. I like her down. Not played down. What am I trying to say? But just keeping it simple, right? So I think it's the perception on the other side of women, like, hey, you got to do this or you got to do that, or even not even women, television and things that we watch every day.
Oh, you're saying,
you know, that it kind of feeds into that mentality of like you have to be this version of this. You know what I mean? Don't be too free. Don't be too open. You know,
that's on the big board. We're gonna speak to this too, y'all. Beauty standards, in particular, American beauty standards, like how they change, what they are, which ones you agree with, if you agree with them, period, if you believe it's such a thing. But on that note, y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all like and subscribe. Perspective is everything. You feel me? Should we make this one episode and then just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, I can do that. I got you. Y'all got one more in you though?
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Say less. I got you, man. Right. Like and subscribe, y'all. We appreciate it, man. We out.
All right, cool.